So after the extreme success of the HUD Maker preview, I thought to myself, wow, I guess external editors are the way to go. For now we have HUD Maker, but in the future we can make more of these. However, there's one big problem, because due to the nature of the editors, there needs to be a solution to the fact that, hey, I have like 5 editors and all of them are appearing on my game all at once. That isn't good. There need to be some sort of way to unify them all together. As a result, the Super Tools engine was born. This plugin functions as a base component for all future Maker-style plugins, and even adds basic support for all developers through basic functions that normally wouldn't require a plugin all on their own or just wouldn't be worthy to do so. Anyway, let's get straight into things. First things first, install the plugin and make sure it is above all other plugins. Next, while playtesting your game, simply hit F12 just like that to open the Super Tools engine core editor just like this. As you can see, it's similar to the HUD Maker, in which it opens a separate editor through a separate window that can be manipulated just like this. Yeah. Of course, this thing can only be opened during playtesting, so don't worry about players opening this up after you've exported your game and stuff. As you can see right here, there's 3 tabs: Toolkit, Playtester, and Options. Looking at the Toolkit, as you can see, there's going to be 3 big buttons: Database EX, Debug Tool, and Menu Editor. These are 3 tools that come in default with the Super Tools engine. But of course, in the future, when more plugins are made, more tools will be added to the menu, which can be selected from, like, HUD Maker and stuff. Like that, yeah. But before we get into our other 3 tools right here, let's first actually check out the options right here. As you can see, the options tab gives you a couple options on how the Super Tools engine editor will function with the game and all that cool stuff. First, of course, is the theme, which allows you to change the general color scheme of the entire editor throughout all of your stuff. As you can see, it has 8 choices, you know, like 4 more than already RPG Maker does.
And 7 more ones that are actually good.
Simply click on one of them just like that, and it'll change the theme just like that. I personally prefer default theme, though. So yeah. Next is follow mode, which determines whether the editor will follow the main playtest window just like this. As you can see, it's not connected, but if we click on follow mode just like this, it'll follow the window just like this. It may be a little delayed, but it'll do its best to follow that window to the best of its ability. You can also customize the X and Y offsets of the editor based on its relative position to the project when it's in follow mode, as you see right here. First is the X, which you can just set something bigger like 50, like that, and of course you're going to shift 50 pixels to the left right of the main playtest window like this. I'll set the Y to maybe like 100, which should move it down 100 pixels just like that. And of course, it'll continue to follow the editor just like this, based off of that relative position. Anyway, that's about it for options. Next comes a playtester tab, which gives a couple features for helping you when you're playtesting your game. The very top one is the reload game, the most important feature with the playtester, which allows you to reload the entire game, reloading all the resources, data, and plugins back into your game, making things just get back to how they were, but with a new, refreshed game. Now, it's a little confusing, but let me step you through what you might want to use this for. So going back to our editor right here, let's go to test place, and let's just change some stuff around. We'll make so there's going to be more robots. So we'll copy this guy, we'll just throw some on the bottom right here. We'll throw some around right here, yeah, cool, whatever, and all that good stuff. Maybe we'll go into our plugin manager, maybe turn off some plugins like, I don't know, what can we see that'll change? Let's turn off the window skin option plugin, just like that. Apply and hit OK, then be sure to save your project, just like that. Now going back to our editor right here, once we hit reload game, just like that, it'll reload the entire game within a couple, maybe just even 1 second, and bring us back to our current position. But as you can see, the map has been updated based on the project, and as you can also see, our plugin has been disabled because it re-updated all the plugins. As you can see right here, there's no window option. I think it's right here, yeah, there we go. So, yeah. Using this function, you can make edits in the project, then immediately see them in action just by hitting this one button within 1 second, bringing you right back to where you were originally and all that good stuff. You can also quickly save by hitting the quick save button just like that. Play your game, do whatever you want. If you ever want to go back to that spot, hit quick load just like that, and bam, you're back there ready to go. This of course lets you quickly save during your playtesting and allow you to quickly do something, then go back to your original position all in just like half a second. And then finally comes a quick load plus reload. This is the same thing as a quick load and the reload combined together. So say for example you're trying to test an event, right? So we're going to test this guy right here. He'll make so variable 5 is increased by 10. But let's say for example something didn't work out. What you want to do is quickly save the game, test it out, and if something doesn't work, quick load plus reload after fixing it within the project itself, then could retry it again in the game without having to do much worries and just hooray, done. But with that explanation finished, let's check out all the tools in the toolkit right here. So to start, let's first check out the Database EX. The Database EX simply extends the customization brought upon through the database within your normal project. So what you can do is actually set a section like this, so maybe like, I don't know, items, select one of the items, so like, I guess, potion, then customize one of its values just right here on one of these pages, just like this. So we'll set the price to maybe, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, then save the object just like that, so that variable is saved. As you can see, there's now a star representing that the potion has something changed with it. Then we can return to main and reset the thing using a super reset just like that. Once it is reset and we go to our potion right here, as you can see, it's now going to cost 1, 2, 3, 4 just like that. You can also use JavaScript evaluations for your inputs. Simply click on the eval checkbox just like that. Turn this into JavaScript code, for example, Java game variables. There we go. Variable ID 5 just like that. Save the object, return to the main, refresh the game just like that. And now as you can see right here, when we talk to this robot, we'll set variable ID 5 by 10. Then we'll like check out the price, and now as you can see, it's gonna be 10. If we increase it more like this, boom. Now as you can see, it's gonna be like 30 or something. Yeah. The next feature is the note editor, which is just an expanded note box for your various database objects. Simply click on an object like weapons, axe, simply input stuff into the note editor just like this. So this is a note, and this note will be added to the current note box in the current database, combining them together, making them one big note box that you can use. This of course just allows you to make quick and easy edits to the note box, or add stuff, or just use a note box that's already big enough for you to do what you want to do. So yeah, the basic editor and the note editor, well, they don't have many perks. They do have a couple uses in certain situations. However, the final thing is the custom editors. Now currently it's completely empty, but featured plugins will be able to use the custom editors tab to add their own mini custom editors to make editing just that much easier. We'll get more to that in the future, but for now, you'll just have to wait and see what will happen. Next is a debug tool, a simple and easy debugging tool that takes advantage of the fact that it's an external editor to help you support your playtesting in your game. Let's get straight into things. The first tab is a basic tab, which gives you basic options for testing your game. You can change the speed of the game at any point just by switching this thing right here. So maybe 2 times speed like this, maybe 3 times speed like this, or maybe even like 10 times speed if you really want to be crazy about it. Yeah. Anyway, we'll just leave that 1 for now. Next, you can transfer yourself to any map at any time just by changing this right here. So we'll set it to I guess title map. And then bam, as you can see, we're now in the title map just like this. Or you can go back to our original map, the test place, just like that, at the change of just a small drop down box like so. Next is the gold set. This lets you just change your gold. So right now we have like 0 gold, but if we set the gold to 10,000 like that, now we have 10,000 gold. So now we can actually go buy that potion from earlier. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. By checking this checkbox right here, we can disable collisions with pretty much anything. So now you can just run around wherever you want to go. So yeah. And of course, you can also disable random encounters by clicking on this checkbox right here. So yeah. The Givers tab simply gives items, weapons, armors, or skills to various actors or the party itself. Simply select on a skill like, I don't know, Spark, select on an actor like Zilk, and we'll just give him a skill. And now as you can see, Zilk will now have the Spark skill right there chilling out and ready to go. We can also give potions, so we'll set it to like maybe 10 potions, give the item. Now as you can see, we have 11 potions, 10 plus the one we bought at the store. We can give swords or weapons, so we'll just like a bow and arrow, give weapon, and then bam, as you can see, we have a bow. You get the idea. It's very simple. The switches tab is a quick and easy editor that lets you see all the switches and their current values and allow you to change those values in the game. Say for example we go to this robot right here, he'll set switch 10 to on. So now as you can see, switch number 10, temp switch 2 will now be turned on. So if we talk to him again, switch 10 is already turned on. We can actually turn it off by clicking on this checkbox right there, which of course will make it so this guy turns it back on again just like that. So as you can see, the editor over here updates itself based on what's happening in the game, and of course when we switch something in here, it'll update in the game, as you can see right here. The same applies to the variables tab, where as you can see, we get a list of all our variables, their IDs, and their current values right here. These values may change at any time, so maybe like we'll set this to 12 like that. Then back in our game, as you can see, our potions variable value, our potions, well, our price is now 12 because variable ID 5 is now 12. So yeah. The final feature, of course, is the menu editor. A feature that lets you change the window setups of various scenes, for example, the menu. So if we click on our menu just like this, and click on menu editor just like that, as you can see, we can start manipulating this menu just like that. Now, this idea was touched upon in my April Fool's video where I made the window bender fake program thing, but actually it was based on this real function right here, which allows you to drag around and change the position of windows just like this, and also change their various values right here. Simply click on one of the windows right here, so for example window gold, drag it to wherever you want it to go, like, I don't know, right here, and do the same with all the other windows. So maybe like we'll put menu command like over here, and we'll stick like the menu status over here, just like that. And now if we return back to the main menu just like this, our menu is now reversed, as you can see right here. Even if we close it and open it, it'll still work perfectly. In fact, even if we leave the game just like this, play test it again just like this, and go straight back into things, as you can see, when we go back to our game, by going back to new game and opening our menu, wabam, it stays just the way it was, allowing you to make a permanent menu through the menu editor. But of course, there is more to it than simply changing the X and Y values. You can also change the various variables depending on what type of window it is. There's typically 3 types of windows. First is a base window, or something like the gold window, where it does a very basic window with only a simple display. For these, you can only change the width and height, so we'll set the width to maybe like, I don't know, 400. Refresh the window, and now of course it has a width of 400 just like this. The next type of window is, of course, going to be a selectable window, or something like the menu status. This is sort of like a menu command. Only difference is, you can change both the width and height without having to worry about things. You can also change the visible rows and max columns. We'll set visible rows to 3 just like that, and then it may look a little weird, so we may want to stretch it down a bit, so maybe we'll set it so, I don't know, height will be like, this, or I guess it would be something like graphics.height, because you can also use JavaScript evaluations, like so, times 3/4, and then it's also just, you know, I think we can add -10 to make it look a little better, so yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll refresh the window, and we'll bam, now it's like this. So now we have 3 things. Going back to our window command, or our window menu command, this will be the final type, which is going to be a command window, which can change the width, visible rows, max columns, and text alignment. With this, we'll set it to maybe like the graphics width, so we'll set the graphics, graphics dot width, just like that. We'll set the visible rows to maybe just 2, but the max columns to 4. Hit refresh, and now we have this guy right here, and of course, we can also set it to maybe align in the center, so now the text is aligned in the center. Going back to our gold, we'll set it to maybe like 240 again, I don't know, like that. Just like window bender, yay. We'll drag this status window down a bit, so we'll have it drag right to the bottom. Of course, it snaps, making things easier, and then we just return to main, and now we have it. So we can just go through and like scroll through all the guys. So, like, hooray, awesome, yeah. All right, cool. That's that. Of course, the real question is, does this work with every single menu in existence, even custom menus? And the answer is, of course, yes. As you can see right here, I have Untitled class change core installed just like this, and when we're on this menu, let's hit menu editor just like this, and then now I can manipulate this thing. As you can see, it has a list of all the windows in this thing, so we can take, like, I don't know, the class command. We'll throw this like at the top right here. We'll make it so it's gonna have like I guess 2 visible rows and 4 max columns. Then we'll make so its width is gonna be graphics dot box width. Oh, we forgot to make this a P right here. Yeah, just like that. Bam. We'll set it so I don't know, the skill status, or maybe like the class list. We'll throw this right here. We'll stick the stat compare right here. And we'll take the status, we'll throw it at the bottom right here, because I don't care. And we'll put the help, I don't know, we'll just take the help window, we'll just make it a little weird shape. So we'll make it like it's going to be 240, I guess this is the width. And yeah, and then we'll bring it down by like, I don't know, maybe 200. Yeah, there we go. And of course, once you have that done, return to menu, and bam, now we have a completely different thing set up right here. So class, now we can choose our class, see the differences, or finish, and go back to our menu. And so yeah, you can do that now. Just any menu, as long as it has windows, can be manipulated. So cool. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And that is about it for this plugin. As you can see, while it is just a bunch of minor features that may or may not help you, altogether they do make a pretty nice and simple project to help you make your game better and stuff. And of course, in the future, when more things like the HUD Maker are released, they'll be focused in this little engine right here, allowing things to be more compressed, more unified, more not confusing, and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's all for now. Until next time. Yeah. Yeah.